simple. We want to give you as much as help as I can to get you from where you are right now to obviously where you want to be in your career. But I guess before that, I'd like to ask you, like, why don't you tell me about yourself and what are your career goals? I'd love to know that.
Yeah, of course. So I'm coming from a music background. So my background has predominantly been in music. I've worked as an artist manager for the past 3 years.
Okay.
I did a degree in music business, and I've been wanting to bridge the gap between music and like tech. So finding a role within the tech industry, mainly cybersecurity, that will allow me to leverage the skills that I've gained in the music industry.
Okay. Okay. So you come from music, and then I'm guessing you started to take Mariana's cybersecurity bootcamp. When did you start
Yeah.
that?
So I started that in November
November.
last
Okay.
year.
How did you like that? What did you think of cybersecurity?
I've really enjoyed it. It's opened a
Okay.
new world that I didn't really know too much about. Only in films, what they show you in films, like the underground, cybersecurity, but
Yeah.
there's much more to it, much more
What's
to
your
it, and I've really
favorite
enjoyed it.
part about cybersecurity? Like your overall favorite concept or cool thing you worked on?
I've really enjoyed learning about like penetration testing. Um, I didn't realize that anyone could really get into that. I thought you had to have a very obviously you need a specific skill set, but it's not like as hard as it looks. Um, and what else?
That's good.
Really enjoyed like using Kali Linux. Been a different
Okay.
thing that I've never used.
Okay. Well, I guess then I'll ask you is why from music to cybersecurity? What happened? What changed your mind?
So for me, it's been the job market. It's been really difficult
Yeah.
for me to find a job within the music industry, like a full time role where I'm not freelance. Because at the moment, with my music management work, I'm freelance. And it's just not sustainable for me. And wanted to find something that I would enjoy and obviously get a good amount of money for. And tech seems
Okay.
to be the
So
way.
from what I'm seeing is your passion lies in the music industry, but you're realizing that it's a lot harder. Like you wanted to be like a producer or like an actual musician or
So it's the business side.
business side. So
So
like managing
working
artists.
within, yeah, exactly.
Got it. Got it. I mean, that is definitely a lucrative field. I think that's super cool. But now I'm guessing your career goal is you're saying you want to work in cybersecurity.
In cybersecurity. Yeah.
Okay. And all you have so far is like you work with Mariana in tech, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So not like actually like no, I would say internship or an actual any previous experience of technology before.
No, no.
Okay. But you're willing to learn. You seem like this is you want to try this. And
Quite
I
tech
think
savvy, I would say. I can get to grasp with things quite easily within
cool. Cool. Yeah. I
tech.
mean you got Riverside, joined that, made it quick, made it happen, I guess, So the best way I'll put it is I'm happy to obviously help with that. There's a few things you're going to want to do, right? So you're trying to get into cybersecurity. I don't think you'll say you have any official experience yet, but you
Yeah.
did work with Mariana. How comfortable do you feel like from Mariana you can do an actual project? Or did you, because I know you guys probably played with some tools, right, in the labs, or
Yeah.
what
So
about that?
we haven't finished the boot camp yet. So now we're going into the internship part of the boot camp where we're actually going to get to apply what we've learned during the boot camp
Yeah.
to like essentially a real world scenario.
Interesting. And then
So
what
that's where
is
I'll gain the experience.
got it. And what is the internship that you guys are doing now? What project do they have planned, or is it like a project, what company, or whatever in general?
To be honest, I don't know too much about it because nothing has really been said about what we're going to do. It's kind of
Got it.
a day by day basis. Like we're going to
Under,
get given a task to work within
understood.
a few
Understood. And
hours.
I guess when is that starting, you said?
Today, actually,
Okay, so today is the first day of the internship.
first day. Yeah,
Okay, cool. So, I I think I spoke with Marianne. We'll let you guys handle that. I think my goal is I'll set you in the right place since not many people get this opportunity. What we'll do is I'll prepare you to how to make sure you can get more opportunities, even though you have not enough skills. You should be able to
Yeah.
present yourself like you are an expert. So what I wanted to do is first is I kind of wanted to see if I can go over your resume. Is that something you're okay with?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So what I'll do is I'm gonna quickly just share that right now and see, how you feel about that. Okay, cool. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. I'm guessing everybody can.
Yep,
You
I
see
can
it.
see it.
Okay, cool. First things first, you gotta hop on Nexa just to see if we can update this entire resume. And here's what I'll say. This is a pretty good resume, but you don't want to use things like Bootcamp, Mariana Tech Academy. As a company will look at it and they'll wash right through it. Two, you mixed your previous experience, which many people do. I did this too.
Right.
Keep your business and your musician resume separate. I want you to make a brand new resume from the
Okay.
scratch, brand new from scratch for cybersecurity. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use something like Nexa Resume to help you do that. And the reason behind that is because then you can do it from complete scratch. And the reason why I say we want to do it from complete scratch is because I want you to make a new professional summary. I want to put certifications you're working on. I want to put all your top skills, and then we're going to make some work experience for you, right? So one of them we're going to do is, of course, the internship that you're working on,
Yeah.
right? As you can see here, should we start from top to bottom and do a full review?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay, cool. First thing I would say, this is dope for music. You're not going to want to, it's a picture, I believe, right?
It is like a
Okay.
graphic.
On your new resume, just have your name in text because you're going to make it a nightmare for ATS to scan your name
That
and then
it's
auto
free
reject.
over that. So yeah.
Prit, just to let you know, you're not recording and you're having, can't hear you. It's your voice is glitching out.
No, I was saying the ATS is gonna freak out.
Yeah,
When
I'm saying your voice is glitching out and the system's giving notifications that you're not recording. So you
is
may
it
want to check. Okay. So first thing is, yeah, like you mentioned, the ATS system will get so I'm gonna put, please just write your name or else they won't see it. Two,
That's the name.
this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. LinkedIn, you don't need a link unless they're not gonna be, they're gonna use
is
it.
it recording?
Okay, sorry, man, I'm just gonna finish this, because it's live and I'll check that. So education should never be on the top. I know for most people when they start, they want to put it, but because it's in music and you're in cybersecurity, what we're going to do instead is you want to follow this format right here. What I want you to do is I want you to put your information, then I want you to put a professional summary or a value proposition. Then
Yeah.
I want you to put certifications and top skills. That's your magic. That's what's going to make
Right.
you stand out. That's what's going to make you a rocket. Okay. So let's go back here. We're gonna do that. When it comes to work experience, you can add cybersecurity bootcamp. I wouldn't even add cybersecurity bootcamp. I would add just the completion of information security with Mariana Tech in your education, and I'd move education all the way to the bottom. This obviously is all going to be removed because you're going to make your resume from scratch, and skills and expertise you're going to want to completely fine tune it towards cybersecurity. And here's another tip that you're going to do. You're not going to only have one resume. You're going to make 5 to 10 cybersecurity resumes around entry level for different types of jobs. Every single job you should have, we should run it through a similar type of enhancement. How do you do that? Well, you can come here and when you update your professional summary right here, you can enhance it with AI as well, and you can enhance your work experience each single one of them with AI. You need to do it that way because right now it's so generic and off. I promise you, they're gonna put your application straight to the bottom if you're trying to get a job in cybersecurity, and that's just me being honest, right? So
Yeah.
I would truly say you come here, upload your resume, tag it properly, and the first thing I want you to do, just because it's not even me if you don't believe me, is literally generate some feedback on a specific job description, and they'll tell you right away, like, hey, it's not relevant, it's not there. That's why if you had your profile, I could have, you know, basically showed you, and it would have been a lot easier because then I would have said, hey, share your screen, and I'll show you, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And like I said, when every time if you see you get it working, I can generate you a live feedback right now. But if you do that with your resume, you're gonna start noticing one thing. Automatically, your hit rate goes up. People are calling you back. Hey, this looks like a good profile. Now let me screen you. Let's have a conversation with you. Then comes the other problem. How do I convey what I learned simply to hiring managers while I'm feeling confident? They might put me on the spot. They might ask me about my experience. You
Yeah.
need to make sure your LinkedIn and resume match, right? So once
Mhm.
they match, you need to add experience from there. You need to either go around, outreach, volunteer. You can work with us if you ever want to. Next, I will happy to obviously volunteer you, put you on some real cybersecurity projects. We have a lot of partners, but you got to be on Nexa. Weird, funny, but you have to be on the Nexa profile so I can grab your profile and show it to employers. It's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I can't show, so that's another thing. We're happy to help with that. But why I'm touching to that is when you show these snippets of actual experience, people always get lazy and they want to build one CV. You have to be serious. Trying to get into a new field, no one cares to pay you six figures for no reason. This is me being completely upfront. It's like, what are you doing, right? Everybody's in line. Get in line, buddy. We got people waiting that are much hungrier, that they're ready. If you want it, it's there. You got to take it, but you got to put in the work.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take that long, too, right? So that's all cool. If you do those stuff, we will also, because you're with us, what we'll do is we'll get you some actual projects, experimental learning, right? Some free internships you can do, right? My only question to you is, how confident are you in cybersecurity right now? You feel like you can do some entry level work?
Um, right now, I feel like there's still quite a bit that I need to get to grasps with, but I believe at the end of my internship, I'll be pretty
Okay,
confident.
cool. It's never going to be enough, trust me. You just got to dive
Yeah.
in sometimes, and you got to work, like you got to be like, oh shit, this is hard, but or it's not, and once you learn it, be like, oh shit, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Once you dive in, and then what you'll tell you is it'll tell you, oh, I really suck. Let me go ahead and review it. At least you'll know where you suck, right?
Right.
I hope the internship is solid. What we're going to do is we're going to put that first. If you remember all of these things, so this will be a great start to get your hit rate up for the interview, to get like a screening. But then
Yeah.
comes, how do I pass the screening? Well, that's where now you need to have your points right. Can you explain topics technically? Can you explain the OSI model? Can you explain incident response? Do you
Yeah.
know what a firewall is? Do you know why we use firewalls? Do you know why we need endpoint? Things like that. Do you know what is zone protection? Or I'm just going randomly, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if you know that and you can communicate it effectively, super helpful. That will get you to the offer stage. That's the two parts, right? A good
Right.
resume and LinkedIn can only get you to an interview. Once you impress the hiring manager with your skill sets, and your communication is also very important. Remember, you don't have to be 100% a nerd in cybersecurity. You just need to know
Yeah.
good enough. You talk about it. It seems like you talk really very well spoken, so I feel like it shouldn't be a problem for you, right? Having your guys, I think the accent, like the London accent. I also do. I hear some Australian. Did you also have like an Australian accent as well, or
Australian. No, no,
no?
not
No,
at
no.
all.
It's UK.
Born and
Okay, I
bred
think it's
in
dope. I
the
think it's
UK.
really cool. Personally, like it sounds super cool to me. But like regardless, like put a contract, like yeah, like you get all those things together, and you're running, and that's all you need. What we'll do to boost your experience side to go back to step one and increase your hit rate to get calls is when you're ready, we have, as a gesture of you coming on the podcast, as long as you feel confident, we might have some IT, some cybersecurity project for you, um, which will obviously be actual experience. It'll either be us or with one of our employers.
Yeah.
You earn that, and you can put that down as real experience in your resume, and
That's amazing.
yeah, we'll make you put some real
Yeah.
projects. We'll treat you like you're actually on the team, and forever, whatever 2 3 month term you want on your internship, how many hours, I don't know, it's up to you. We'll make sure that we give you some experience to give you a chance, so that now your resume looks solid. You did some real stuff, and give you a chance to go out there and let them know that, hey, I'm ready. So
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know,
that's amazing because I feel like the main issue is the experience as
I'll
well.
talk to my employers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to my partners. I'm gonna say, hey, I have all I need from you though is I'm guessing now you're gonna go on Nexa, you're gonna do it properly, you're gonna do an interview
Yeah.
practice round around cybersecurity. Once you get your profile A1, I'll grab it. I need a new
Yeah.
resume from you. I need some interview simulations done from you. So when I mentioned the part two part, go on Nexa, do some interview simulations around cybersecurity. I don't care if they're bad. Everybody does a few of them that they're bad. You'll do a
Yeah.
few, you'll get really good at it, and also you'll make the best out of the tool for free. Once I
Yeah.
get those from you, and I'll quickly, while I'm talking, I might as well just show you. So much easier. You've seen this, right? So interview practice,
Yeah.
I want you to go to cybersecurity. I want you to do incident response. One of them, I want you to do one in security operations center analysis. One simulator pro, skills practice, it's not 100% there yet, but you can obviously explore it. Those will be
Yeah.
fine. And as we mentioned on your profile, try to get it to closest to 100% possible. At bare minimum, you can do that. I know what you said where it was loading was your skills gap. I don't need this from you, but
Okay.
if you do this right, look, it's going to give you, it'll recommend you some roles in your location, and you can do this too. This makes it nicer, so the more the merrier. I have to show my employers, but
Yeah.
get this done, we got you. And I guess from there, I'll talk to them, and then I can showcase you correctly. What else would you like to learn about this field or how to get hired in this field? This is the career audit. I really helped you on your resume. If you like, you want to share your screen, we can maybe look at your LinkedIn before we head off.
Oh, my LinkedIn. Yeah. Can do that.
I'll just tell you quickly, and the whole point of that will be is just make sure it matches because I'll tell you, like, I kid you not, if a recruiter sees it sometimes mismatches, it's not that it's a deal breaker, but to them they're like, you seem whack or you seem off, and
Oh,
they
really?
don't know,
Yeah.
they don't know much, right? So they don't know much as well. They're just going off piece of paper. People always think like, oh no, I'll explain them, or like, yeah, they'll figure it out. Dude, they have 5 seconds. They're not figuring shit out.
Yeah.
Like, make it so clear for them with our resume template on Nexa that you won't they have nothing but good things and to push on.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yes, I can. 1 second, Brett, if you want to just remove yourself if it's not working because your camera's off. 1 second. Okay, cool. Perfect. So one thing I would say is people always say this, that you're open to work. Try to remove that. Hey, for some reason, for some weird
Right.
reason, keep it open to work. But you know what the option is, like where you're not showing it, just so the recruiters can see it. Here's why to do it. I know it sounds crazy. It's gonna sound so crazy, but for some reason
Right.
that shows people that, hey, like, I'm really in need of these skills. And maybe you are, maybe you're not, but you don't want to come off like that. You want to come off skilled. And here's the truth that I'm gonna have to hit you with. I see you have music marketing and promotion artist manager. You
Yeah.
gotta ask
It's
yourself
very music focused.
yes, you gotta ask yourself, do you want to still do this or do you want to give cybersecurity a shot? And what I mean by this is if you still want to do it, then you might have to leave it and leave cybersecurity alone or change everything that makes yourself look like a cybersecurity expert. And if it doesn't work out, go back. That's a conversation you obviously got to have with yourself, right? But the best way I used to do these things was I would change my entire profile. And if it really didn't work out in that career, I'll just go back to my original profile. But that's a conversation between you. That's the easiest thing that will fix everything. Because what I'm going to tell you right now is picture, obviously, it's fine, looks cool. The background, you can do something if you want to do it cybersecurity, but whatever, it's fine. You're right
Yeah.
under your name. That needs to be different, right? Like music marketing, no, like gone. Like cybersecurity professional, incident response, AWS cloud. Like you need to put keywords in there. Your bio, right away, like open to work, marketing, and like you're doing all these entry level roles, and the problem is here's what's going to happen, and it's uncomfortable. You need to switch your entire persona to a cybersecurity professional, and then just wait and actually do opportunities. Like have the confidence to say, yeah, I'm good, I can handle it, I can manage it. It'll take time. It'll take a few months, but once you get to that level, then everything will work out. But the biggest problem with people is like they'll reserve it and then they'll try to secretly like, yeah, let me just LinkedIn cyber roles. Like, dude, that's not how it works. There's too many professions. There's too
No.
much talent out there where you're just giving yourself a under edge to compete. Your LinkedIn is like your
Right.
gold mine. Like just like how Instagram is clout for the
Yeah.
influencer role and all that. This is big time. This is your resume too, actually. So when someone goes on your
Yeah.
profile and your resume looks different, they're going to be like, "Come on, man, you're not about it," and I'll go look for the next candidate that is about it.
Yeah. No,
Super,
that
yeah,
definitely makes
and
a
it's
lot of
not like it's a
sense.
bad thing. It's
Yeah.
very common where people will be like, "I want to leave that persona there," but just give it a try. And if you give it a try, and
Yeah.
I'll leave it to you. I'm not going to tell you when to do it, but if you're serious and you do all of that, because obviously then that shows you really want to give cybersecurity a try, you'll start noticing people reach out to you differently. When your keywords are optimized, your bio is optimized, you have in progress certifications in place, the things you're following, the activities, it really makes a cool. It's like a persona that you've I guess promoted yourself to. So that's cool,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much it. Once we go from there and I get your full profile, we're gonna send you to the next level, which I'll vet it and I'll make sure you're good. Then I'll say to my employer and say, hey, I have this person, and that's obviously thanks for being on here. And yeah, we'll give you a project to do. No problem. We'll make your experience real. But other than that, as far as your skills go, I think that's a great start. But
Yeah.
you got to do
So
these things
really
if you want to win.
tailoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I guess the rest I'll leave up to you. Like, do you have any questions for us, or like, is there anything else you wanted to ask? Like,
I guess my question is, do you know of do any roles come to your head that where I could leverage the skills that I have gained?
two types: cybersecurity analyst, security operations center analyst, network analyst, incident response. These are entry level cybersecurity roles, and you can leverage them to make like starting 60, 70 pounds, 60, 70K pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, 100%. That's what I would start with, like entry level cybersecurity roles, entry level IT roles, maybe too, is a great way to leverage yourself in. But the hardest jump right now, once you complete these type of trainings, is getting that first interview, the first role. 99% people give up here because the truth is everything in the world is possible, everything is available, but people are extremely, they want to be incentivized, they want to rush things, they expect things to happen like, oh, I spent 5K on a course, now everything should be handed to me. Bro, I have people spending $1 million on business trainings to lose $10 million, only to 5 years later make $100 million back. Like there's levels to this shit for real. So
Yeah.
this is what I call people. This is the breaking point. So we have people that win and people that lose. If you can get
Yeah.
to the struggle and the pain and the bullshit that it takes to go from, hey, I finished training now, but I want to be in a higher position. That twilight zone, that void, it's hard. But if you repeat it consistently, it's very possible to get there. And you're gonna notice you're the 1% get there. Because once you get there, then it's done. You created your career and you're good to go.
Yeah. And it's easier to get more roles essentially.
Super
Once
easy.
you're
But
in, then it opens the door.
exactly. But the only thing is I can't sugarcoat it, is just the first one. It is a bit hard. But it's not like crazy hard. It's just doing the same thing daily and sometimes not seeing results that day. But you did move the needle. That's all you need to do. You did make a difference depending on applying job.
Yeah.
But immerse yourself in it truly. If you really want to, like, that's what I'm saying, ask yourself, do I really want to do this? Okay, then make sure your LinkedIn, your resume, everything, how you talk, how you persona yourself, and say, yeah, I am a professional. And then if you're not feeling confident about it, it's okay to have imposter syndrome, but at least try to tell yourself every day, I did try to learn these things. You won't make these roles if you can't bullshit your way to this stuff, because the truth is these guys do pay money, and there's nothing is going to be bullshitted your way, right.
Yeah.
If you feel like you want to do the other thing, which is, I think it's also amazing, obviously we can help you get into music marketing and promotion too. You just let us know, we can always come back on another episode and say, hey, let's just make your profile really good for that and see how we can connect in and do that too. I'm giving you the sauce for both. We'll come back, I guess, when you're ready. We'll get you set up with some projects and stuff here. We're here to help you for that too. And obviously I'll reach out to connections if I have anybody on the employer side there. But the whole point is I'm showing you that once you make your profile, thanks to Nexa, I can connect you with employers and make your life easier and make your resume look better. And as a guest in
Yeah.
this podcast, it's free. We're just gonna contact your employer and say, hey, I have, Amber, and I think she's ready, and give her a project, let her add some experience. Yeah, you let us know. Who knows? Next episode, maybe you're like, no, I want to do music marketing and promotion. Cool. We're happy to help with that too. But you got to know. I'll leave that for you. And if I'll know
Yeah.
right away, right? Like I'll keep tabs on you and I'll check. And then a few weeks from now, when I'm saying, hey, my employer's ready, you let me
Yeah.
know, right? So
No, absolutely. And I really appreciate it.
anytime, stay in touch. You have our information. Like you have mine. You can reach out to me anytime. And all I need you to do is just be more engaged on the app. Just be more engaged on Nexa. And like the most annoying part is the first 10 minutes is just setting up your stuff. But once you do
Yeah.
it once, it understands it and it'll keep working with you. And then maybe the only other time you'll change it is maybe in the future you want to add more skills that you learned, or you want to change your career trajectory. You can do that, and then it'll take another 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
people, I don't know why, but guys, like resumes, like LinkedIn or like these apps, the 20-30 minutes is worth it when you're getting paid a new salary or you're getting a job or like you're changing your career. I think it's really worth it. It blows my mind because I have 50 resumes. Like I have 50 resumes I cycle because I know how important, I know how recruiters work. I know how the system works. I have all these accounts on Nexa because I know how the system needs to go. Like you need these things in place. So once you do it, it's like you created this, like, you have it, the foundation set, so you're good. So yeah, I'll leave it at
Yeah.
that. I mean, that's all we have. If there's anything else I can ask or you have questions for.
No, absolutely. One question I have: what is your role right now within the cybersecurity domain? Is it just working on Nexa, or do you actually work for a company?
I did for 10 years. Now I founded Nexa. So I'm co-founder of Nexa. So
Yeah.
predominantly work at Nexa, but I also I do like solutions architecture, if that makes sense. So solutions
Okay.
engineering for a company that does like APIs. So like cybersecurity solutions. So that's like sales slash technical side. So if you ever want to
Right.
take it in cybersecurity as well, what you learned, now that you brought it up, you can do sales engineering as well, or like tech sales, or like entry level
Okay.
sales in these roles. Yes. So maybe I would also look into that stuff because you can work as like an SDR, you get paid plus commission in a technical role. And because and you need all they ask for is a little bit technical information, a lot of communication. So you can do that as well too.
No, that's an interesting
Yeah. So maybe
avenue.
take a look at that. Yeah. SDRs, BDRs, tech sales. You never know because you have just enough of the right information and they don't ask for too much because you're selling it. You just know about it to an extent.
Yeah.
You never know.
No, that's great. Yeah, 'cause I do enjoy that aspect as well, like communicating, talking to people.
Okay, cool. So there you go. I just totally forgot. Guys, tech sales, cybersecurity sales for anybody else that's going to be watching this, like that's another field you can do if you just learned a cybersecurity bootcamp and you like maybe like communicating sales, dude. And then you can go from SDR to like an account executive who makes even more commission, right? Multi six figures. And you'll get to talk to people and close deals and yeah, check it out, man.
No, definitely, I definitely will. Definitely will explore that.
Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate you coming on. I mean, let's stay in touch.
No, absolutely,
All right.
absolutely.
All right, then I'll
No,
see you.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
All right. Take care.